This tape recounts a dream which occurred close to the termination of approximately 400 hours of intensive individual therapy. Now the patient recounts her dream.
I had this dream early this morning, and I wrote it down. The dream is that I'm in some sort of and I'm in a hotel, and I'm like at a convention or something. And I feel sort of almost like there's too much going on. There are all different kinds of meetings going on, stuff on experimental, like, and therapy, clinical aspects. And while I don't mind having all this going on inside of me, and it's sort of, I think I'm going to be relieved when it's over, and I can sort of settle back down.
Welcome to the Age of Jeremy. This is not an episode.
Don't know how it's built. If we're just us, then it doesn't matter who you kill. Don't call me up and tell me that it's okay. Just turn it off, 'cause I don't care anyway. It lit me up. It lit me up. It lit me up. It lit me up. Something stirring in a deep Atlantic trench. Doesn't forget the 1,000 years before it slipped. It's the beast, it's my heart, it's so brave. Dive down into...
Hello everyone, my name is Jeremy Quintanilla. I am the host of the Age of Jeremy, and this is the best account that I can give of my life in the form of a podcast. And as I said earlier, this isn't an episode. This is more of an update. The reason being is I wanted to record this episode on the Zoom H6. It's a field recorder that we purchased, that Age of Radio purchased. We're going to be doing some field recording for Learning to Curse. And we're also creating a special show that's going to be utilizing it, and then that I don't want to talk too much about because we still have to write it. And then we're also going to be hopefully doing some JV Impacts brand podcasting with Helton Brewing Company, where we bring the Motivation Mixer to you live. And I really wanted to record using the H6. Alex Bloomberg, someone that I look up to from Gimlet Media, actually used this for startup, I believe, along with a shotgun mic. I did get a shotgun mic, the similar shotgun mic that Alex Bloomberg uses for their podcasts, especially for their interviewing pieces. But I don't have an XLR cable for some reason in the house, so I wasn't able to use that, and I wanted to get familiar with the Zoom. And this is actually the second recording that I've done with it because I can't figure out why my computer's not pulling the files off of it. So I think I did something wrong when I recorded it, but I'm not 100% sure, and that's how learning works. The other reason why we don't have a podcast out for you is because I haven't written it yet. something great's happened with JV Impacts. We've actually are going to be able to take our first distribution from the business to start paying ourselves for it. And with that, I've actually been busy trying to figure out how we're going to be managing this growth and how to scale JV Impacts, because it's going very, very well and it's taking off. So if you don't know about JV Impacts, it's a motivation, health, and life company that I own with my good friend John Vasquez. We currently have 3 services that we provide that are paid services. It's our 3T method. It's a way to shred belly fat using the method that John created that incorporates intermittent fasting, macronutrient planning, and then a specialized HIIT cardio that John does, that John's going to actually, that he created, that he's also certified in. And so that piece of the business, that fitness piece, has been going really, really well. And I say 3 services because you can sign up for it online at the3tmethod.com, where you pay a monthly subscription fee. Or you can go to trainwithjv.com and actually work with John no matter where you're at in the world. And we've had a lot of success with our clients that go through that as well. He'll do a fitness plan, macro counting, accountability for you. And then the third service is training with John Vasquez here in Mesa, Arizona, where he works hands-on with you. So that being said, we've actually gone through a lot of changes with what we originally wanted to do with JV Impacts. And that's good because we're making money that we can actually say that we have a successful business, and that's a really good feeling. And that being said, I wanted to, since we're halfway through the season with Age of Jeremy, I really wanted to sit down and write out a better plan or plot, I guess, for the show. That way it feels more like a show that you're listening to, and that's something that I'm trying to learn about and engage the audience with, or captivate the audience with, is more of a show presence, listening to a story, or listening for a show, and that's going to be really important for some later shows that we're going to be doing this year with Age of Radio. The other thing is, so those are the main reasons why I don't have an episode out. I will have an episode out by the end of this week, and then we'll get back to our regular Tuesday schedule. But I just wanted to have this out there so you could hear it. And then also, if you want to go to ageofradio.org, go ahead and check out the new website. It's up. There are some things that we need to get better with it. I'm going to start, hopefully, changing the way that we do the Radiohead's monthly podcast awards, mainly because a lot of people aren't gravitating to the Facebook group, probably because they don't really know what the point is, why they need to go there. But the podcast awards is really about education in podcasting, finding out what shows are out there. And then the concept behind it is that when you think of podcasting, I don't want you to think of Wondery. I don't want you to think of Gimlet. I don't want you to think of Apple Podcasts. I want you to think of Age of Radio. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand, that if we can teach people about podcasts, they'll come to us for their podcasts, whether that's podcast news, whether that's podcast shows, whether that's about podcast education. And that's what we're going to be building. But the Age of Radio Heads isn't really picking up, mainly because Facebook, it won't let me post polls, or I don't know what's going on. It will sometimes let me post polls, and then it won't let me post polls. So I'm trying to figure out a way where we can vote for that on the Age of Radio website. But then trying to figure out how I want to get people over to the website and then explain the Age of Radio Heads. So or the Age of Radio Podcast Awards. So that's really what I'm working on. This is really just a ramble, I guess. So I can kind of get good with the H6, or at least start using it. But so I apologize for the ramble portion of this. But I really appreciate everybody that listens to Age of Jeremy. We've had very successful last show. It's had over 300 downloads in the last 2 weeks, which for podcasting, for regular terms, is actually pretty good. We do want to get that to the thousands. So if you could share this podcast or tell your friends about it, and then tell your friends about Age of Radio and how awesome it is. We have a lot of cool shows in store. And then I'm also going to be talking to everybody about management, how to grow your how to get your business kind of going, what you do when you start making money. Working with as a relationship manager for the bank that I work with lots of businesses between the 2 and 5 million revenue, and essentially they are good kind of at what they do. That's why they went into business, but they're terrible at actually running the business. And I think that that's one thing that John and I have really been in common. John enjoys doing the fitness training and the idea building around the health and motivation, and I really enjoy managing companies and growing businesses. And so I think that I have some really good content that I want to go over with everybody, so you can understand about managing the business and creating autonomy in your companies, either the ones that you create as an entrepreneur or the ones that you're in as an entrepreneur. So we're going to kind of take the second half of the season and kind of delve into this management piece, into the sales piece, into the marketing piece of an actual business, and some great ways in which you can do that with your company, or for your personal brand within your company. But anyway, I really appreciate everybody. If you're listening to this in the morning, have a good afternoon. If you're listening to this in the afternoon, have a good evening. And if you're listening to this evening, have a good night. Check you later.
I wanna put my hands to work till the work's done. I wanna open up my heart like the ocean. You lit me up.
What?